the other thing I was thinking of that you just got to mention when you talk about Tencent and their story is the Nasper's investment inside of Tencent or into Tencent. And I think that was so impressive because that came at a time, I think, when Tencent was losing money and was like a far cry from where it is today. So I guess what they saw the user growth, and they made a bet, and it obviously paid off great.
I think it was the richest man in Singapore who owned 40% of Tencent. So he bought 40% of Tencent at 2.5 million in the around mid 2000s. And then in 2001, he kind of sold a good chunk of that to Naspers, which was Koos Becker at that point who was doing the deal.
Yeah.
And now we know that, like that stake is worth like around 120, 130 odd billion. And yeah, I mean, we know Monish is also invested in Process. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And one other thing, just to give people an idea of the scale of this portfolio, they invested, I think they bought up 5% of Tesla before the big pop in the Tesla stock price. And so I know it seems like you've always been very impressed with that decision as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the person who kind of was behind that deal was the current chief exploration officer, whose name is David Wallerstein. And at that point, he had mentioned that Tesla was pretty much was on the verge of bankruptcy, and people had lost faith in Elon Musk. And that time, it was like, I think the whole short sellers thing was rampant at that point, and Tencent kind of came in like a white knight and just said, okay, you know what, we believe in the vision. We're backing Tesla. We're going to buy 5% of the entire company at like around a 20 or 30 billion market cap at that point. And today, I don't know what Tesla's at. Like, any idea what Tesla's at? Like, I think, is it 400 billion or so? Or
Yeah, like
I have no idea what Tesla's
630 billion.
Right. So
Yeah.
pretty solid return on their investment. So yeah, like they've been just excellent at kind of finding these entrepreneurs, and that team of people that Ponyma has kind of assembled to allocate capital. They've been absolutely crushing it.
So I guess that's kind of where Tencent is today. You have WeChat, which is like the platform basically on phones is the way I think about it. Again, 1.3 billion monthly active users. That business, the games business, and the WeChat Pay business, they produce a bunch of cash, and then they go out there and they invest that cash into public companies and private companies. And then they have the growing cloud business. That's my understanding of Tencent. Do you feel like that is a good understanding, kind of where they are today?